Will the pound pull back after a very aggressive rally over the past few weeks? That's what we're talking about in today's video. We're going to talk key levels and potential targets, also the latest on the DXY. All right, so without further delay, guys, let's go ahead and get right to it. So looking at the pound, I want to start here on the weekly chart because this is what we talked about last time over the weekend. And the area I was saying that I was watching was going to be right around 1.3 or just above that mark. So right around 1.3050. And the reason for that is you can see here on the weekly chart, we have the market moving, has been moving within this channel ever since 2022. Now, it's not perfect because we do have price action like this back here. However, for the most part, you can see where GBPUSD has moved within this channel pretty well over the past couple of years. And the market did come into this area so far this week. Now, this is not a case where, in my opinion, you want to go and just short the market because this has been a very aggressive rally for the pound and a very aggressive sell-off for the DXY, obviously. So this is a case where, in my opinion, you have to wait for confirmation. Now, if we go toward the daily time frame, what you can see here is that this is the level I mentioned last weekend. Okay, so you can see where the pound, we got a retest up here perfectly so far today. And right now the market is off of that high by about 50 pips. So it has been a pretty decent sell-off, especially considering the fact that we haven't really seen any sell-off since the retest down here of that 2021 trend line. Okay, so the market is coming into resistance. So like I said over the weekend, I think you've got to be really careful up here if you are bullish on this market, just because we have seen it put in a very aggressive rally up here and it is coming into a lot of resistance. Now, the confirmation that I'm referring to when looking for a short here, and by the way, guys, if you are enjoying this content, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon for notifications. The confirmation I'm referring to really comes down to something like the DXY, the US dollar index. So this is the issue right now for the DXY. Obviously, you guys know about this channel that we've talked about. The market is also dropping below trend lines like this over here. So off of this low, we've got this one here, these lows, and we've had the breakdown so far. Now, we do have imbalances like this up here in this area just above 104.50 for the DXY. But the issue for getting bullish on the dollar right now is the fact that the market is dropping below these lows right around 104. So this is going to be the key for the US dollar index over the coming days. And this is also what we talked about over the weekend. So anytime you're looking at a market like this dropping below a significant area like 104 on the DXY, the best way to approach this, and obviously just my opinion, but this does come from a lot of experience, is waiting for the market to close below these lows. Okay, so we saw the market sweep this area down here. So remember, over the weekend, what we were talking about was the fact that this area right down here, okay, so if we draw this out, this candle right back here could serve as a magnet for the DXY. And the reason for that was these lows that have built up. So just like any market, when you get lows like this that build up, equal lows essentially, you do get liquidity that builds up below that, and markets seek liquidity. Okay, so with that in mind, what I'm looking for right now, the best way to play this, the safest way to play this, is if we are going to get a reversal from something like GBPUSD from this area. Okay, and I move back here towards some of these imbalances. If we are going to get a pullback from this market, the DXY is going to have to reclaim 104 because at this rate, it does look like the market is going to close below this area. Okay, so if it does that, then it's going to have to reclaim this on the daily chart. It's really that simple. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. The market is going to have to trade up here on the daily chart in order to signal that this down here is a failed breakdown and send the market back toward imbalances like this up here. Until that time, though, you do have the market trading below this area around 104. So the issue here is, again, going back to the pound, the issue here is that if you are shorting the pound right now, if you are shorting GBPUSD, you are simultaneously shorting the pound and also buying the US dollar. And when you look at this chart, okay, looking at the DXY in 104, do you want to buy a market that is doing this? And personally, I don't, because you're hoping that the market gets back above 104. So again, the safest way, in my opinion, to play this is to wait for a daily close back above 104. And if you want to play it safe, wait for a daily close back above lows like this back here, so just above that 104 mark. Because until that time, this area right here is going to be resistance, which means that we could see the pound continue higher even though it's coming into some really strong resistance this week. Subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon for notifications. Don't forget to, guys, join us in VIP, save 90% on lifetime access to the group and also the course. See the link in the description of this video, or if you're on the website, click on that join VIP link.